Is Real Estate Armageddon headed for Alberta? The Alberta Advantage, I'm going to argue, is still a thing, and it's buffering homeowners against Real Estate Armageddon. So a couple of weeks ago, we saw the jumbo 1% rate hike by the Bank of Canada on July 13th. And the headlines in the mainstream media have been absolutely epic. Like the world for sure is ending this time, for sure. And I wanted to cite one interesting article by CTV News that came out a few days after the rate hike. And a few people on social media were kind of doing a bit of this, probably people in Alberta. And I'm not making fun of anyone, but it just puts things in perspective, and you'll see why here when I cite some Alberta statistics. So CTV was interviewing a lovely, lovely young man who bought a condo in Windsor back in March. And the title of the article was, Bank of Canada interest rate hike will have a, quote, dramatic effect, end quote, on Canadians, especially homeowners, says an economist. So they were interviewing this young man who purchased a condo in Windsor, and I'm sure given average house prices out there, it was, probably some exorbitant amount of money to buy that condo. And the rate hike happens, he's on a variable, he's concerned about his mortgage payments going up, and made the comment about, I have to fire my housekeeper. And I'm thinking, okay, and maybe no more avocado toast, But in Alberta, we're not paying $1 million for a condo. Not even in Calgary are you paying $1 million plus for a condo, but we know the prices out there. We know in Kelowna for a brand new condo, you could be looking at $1 million. But you don't have to buy that condo for $1 million. You could come to Alberta, where, as of the end of June 2022, average house prices are year to date $462,000 and change. $462,000. And if you want to move to Lethbridge, where I am, it's more like $350,000. How cool is that? And average wages in Alberta are some of the highest in the country. And taxes are some of the lowest in the country. Red tape, we're doing a good job of reducing red tape. Capital investment, amazing. Economic recovery post-COVID, post-negative oil, pretty darn impressive. So the Alberta Advantage is real, and it's helping homeowners. Even if you purchased your home in Alberta in spring when there was a buying frenzy, there were multiple offers, including here in Lethbridge, house prices have only gone up by 7% on average year over year across the province. Not 15%, not 25%. 7. So there isn't a great big high cliff for those prices to crash off of versus what's happened out in BC and Ontario. So it's a different situation, and that's all my point is today, is if you are in Alberta and you've purchased property here, yes, interest rates are going up. Yes, your monthly payments could be going up. But you have a fairly stable investment if you've purchased real estate in Alberta, and you're not paying a mortgage likely on $1 million plus property, right? You're paying a mortgage on a 500 or a 350, and your wages are some of the highest in the country, generally speaking. So there's lots of buffering effect by being in Alberta. If you have any questions at all about interest rates, getting a mortgage to buy a house in Alberta, give me a call, shoot me a text, 403-382-7335, or you can look me up at karriflatla.com. We do have online application process available. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channels here at Facebook and YouTube. In the meantime, have an awesome August long weekend, and we'll see you for next Friday Fire. Take care.